Hey, good morning. It's Dr. James. I hope you're off to a beautiful start today. It's so wonderful to see you. Thank you for your time and thank you for your energy. And this morning, I'd love for you just to take a nice deep breath and relax. And let me love on you and let me encourage you to lean so deeply into this message that you fall in love with it. This morning I woke up extra early. It's about 3:45, and rather than going, woohoo, it's like 3:45, I was laying there just long enough to feel a little unrest, a little sense of pain. And it wasn't because it was early, it's because I was realizing something very important about my life. And I had a wonderful knowing you will definitely connect with this morning. I want you to think about your values and whether your values are trust, or your values are faith, God, spirituality, well-being, all the different values that you may hold, and whether or not you are living up to them. This morning, I realize there's a few of my values that I don't fully live up to the way that gives me the sense of peace that I desire. And I was very clear that the only way that I can recognize those things is when I do three things extremely well. And I don't say extremely well in perfectionism. I mean extremely well in terms of dedication, commitment, and the ability to practice them over and over again. There is no time than right now that we really look at the values that we hold near in our hearts and give ourselves the opportunity to step back and look at them objectively and say to ourselves, am I living these deeply? Am I living my values in such a way that anyone who was ever watching me throughout the day would say, wow, that person is in 100% alignment, or at the very least, I see a dedication to moving towards those values. And I see a practice that says, you know what? I see that person when they're not necessarily living connected to those values. But what I love about them, I find them very inspirational because they seem to recognize it pretty quickly and they start to realign, recommit, and reaffirm. That's what this morning was up for me. I was thinking about my values and I was thinking about the three practices that I need to have every single day so I have enough spiritual, physical, and emotional awareness. And what does that come down to? It comes down to the simple idea that my self-compassion is deeply connected to my physical, my spiritual, and my emotional practices. First and foremost, my spiritual practice. My relationship with God. My relationship with the universe, my relationship with the thing that's so much bigger than all of us that I love so deeply and so dearly that it makes me want to get up in the morning and be the best version of myself. The thing that moves me to such a level of humility and grace that when I'm not, I don't beat myself up, I love myself up. And I love myself into a better version that I know is more in alignment with God. The emotional. Oh my gosh, that's a big one for me these days. Continually recognizing that my mental and emotional well-being is deeply connected to whether or not I'm accepting myself and whether or not I have an awareness of when I'm not, so I can quickly re-engage with my self-acceptance. And how do I do that? A lot of it comes through my self-talk and how I carry myself. Because that is one of the greatest opportunities to love yourself back into an awareness, but more importantly, love yourself back into a confidence. Confidence, a deep faith between you and yourself and with God and in the universe and everything that's around you. So there is this relationship that makes you feel strong and possible. And lastly, I think it's the physical. Although I love the idea of eating well and I love the idea of exercise, and I love all the things to do with my yoga practice and all the things that I'm deeply dedicated to, I know that they're not the most important things, but they actually do some amazing things. They serve me neurochemically and physiologically, so I do recognize better. They help me to raise neurochemistry that helps me to be more courageous, helps me to be more thoughtful, helps me to be more optimistic. It helps me to build lean muscle so my hormones can work better, which is very important. And most importantly, it's the connection that I have to my body and realizing this is the earth school. And the more that I can practice my self-care, the more it raises my connection to my spiritual and to my emotional. Let's see what we can do today to live up to our values. And let's see what happens tonight when we go to bed under the influence of that beautiful peace that comes with living up to our values. It's a beautiful practice. It's an essential practice. It helps us to create a life that we love. And on the way to that experience, a lot more joy, a lot more lightness, and more love coming through us and us and as us. It's a beautiful day to be alive. Have a beautiful day. I love you. Bye for now.